Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed members of the Alliance for Financial Inclusion, thank you for this opportunity to present on behalf of Giesecke+Devrient as we delve into the transformative potential of central bank's digital currency and its role in driving financial inclusion. Let's take a moment to immerse ourselves in this image. This is Sefuya a village in Ghana, 3 hours journey from the capital, Accra. Yet, the residents of this village grapple with the absence of basic necessities such as running water, electricity, let alone connectivity. Sadly, this scenario is a reality in many communities across Africa. On average, 600 million individuals, constituting 43% of the population, enduring similar hardships. In the face of such a striking reality, these communities often remain untapped by traditional banking systems, rendering them financially marginalized. However, it is crucial to recognize that these individuals are integral members of their respective societies, deserving of equitable opportunities. This poses a significant challenge to governments and central banks alike. How can we ensure that every person, irrespective of their geographical location or economical standing, can gain access to essential financial services required to uplift themselves from the grips of poverty? Our journey begins with a recognition of the human stories behind the statistics. Stories of mothers striving to save for their children's education, of small business owners seeking to expand their enterprises, and of farmers grappling with the uncertainty of yields. It's these stories that drive our commitment to assist in creating tangible changes. And now, this is where our G&D team steps in to assist central banks with their financial inclusion journey through central banks' digital currency. Our approach involves equipping central banks officials with in-depth trainings on the concept of CBDC, followed by an exploration of their objectives and aspirations. Through on-field surveys, we gain invaluable insights into the financial landscapes of the country, identifying areas where digital currency could catalyze a positive change. Additionally, our analysis extends beyond theoretical consideration. We delve into practical applications, envisioning scenarios where CBDC can truly bolster currency resilience against volatile climatic conditions and crisis scenarios. Furthermore, we prioritize use cases with potential for substantial societal impact, such as enhancing wealth distribution through targeted government-to-people payments. However, these hypotheses require rigorous testing and validation, and this is where we exercise our second role as a technology provider. We provide the Filia CBDC ecosystem. We equip central banks with a digital currency system for testing the defined use cases, ensuring a robust foundation for their CBDC initiatives. Achieving these objectives demand diverse skill set comprising consultants, economists, technology experts, developers, and former central bankers such as my colleague Abbas joining me today. With a dedicated team of 70 professionals engaged in 15 projects around the world, we are committed to driving innovation and transformation for central banks and their citizens. So, what exactly is CBDC and why does it matter? Put simply, central bank digital currency is an electronic form of central bank money that can be used by all individuals and businesses everywhere at any time and make instant and settled transactions. But beyond the technical definition lies a world of possibilities, possibilities that can transform lives and empower communities. CBDC represents the promise of financial autonomy. It's about giving the voice to the voiceless and ensuring that no one is left behind in the march towards progress. It's a lifeline that opens doors to new markets, streamlines operations, and fortifies resilience in the face of adversity. For individuals, CBDC means financial empowerment. They can access banking services directly from their mobile phones at a lower cost and even in remote areas, providing them with the ability to save, contract loans, in total security and privacy, and plan for the future with confidence. With G&D Filia's approach to CBDC, financial inclusion becomes a reality, as access to CBDC does not require holding a bank account or any account at any financial service provider for that matter. It represents the closest digital version of cash in terms of universal accessibility. For merchants, CBDC can provide a secure access to digital economy with a cut cost and with a faster settlement, streamlines transaction and reduces the need and the concern related to carrying cash. Now, let's reflect on the village we've introduced earlier today. The mission is to extend financial services to its residents. With the assistance of our affiliate team, the Central Bank of Ghana has risen to this challenge. Imagine conducting digital payments in off-grid areas without electricity. How is that even possible? Well, we've enabled the central bank's officials to put this theory in practice by providing them with innovative solutions. Portable point-of-sale devices running on battery power and hardware cards functioning as smart and secure wallets, enabling digital transactions even in offline environments with digitally excluded population. What is even more surprising is that we've noticed early adoption behaviors where some participants recognize the value of storing their cash in these smart cards, perceiving them as safer alternatives to traditional wallets. This successful endeavors illustrates the transformative power of CBDC technology in bridging financial gaps and empowering marginalized communities. And when it comes to digitalizing a legal tender, the collaboration with the regulator is not just a strategic choice, it's a fundamental necessity in the journey towards financial inclusion. Through open dialogue and partnerships, we've witnessed firsthand the transformative power of collective actions in shaping the future of financial empowerment. Discussions around facilitating interoperability of CBDC ecosystems with existing payment system infrastructures for seamless integration, leading dialogue with payment system stakeholders to establish business models that incentivize CBDC distribution, merchant acceptance, and users adoption. And finally, leading educational and awareness campaigns concerning CBDC, digital payments, and fraud preventions. These are all necessary and vital elements for the success of such operations. And we are very proud here to witness that the Central Bank of Eswatini serves as a beacon of progress, embracing the dialogue and the exploration to unlock new opportunities for its citizens. By opening its CBDC ecosystem to exploration, the Central Bank of Eswatini paved the way for groundbreaking partnerships, such as here with Instacash, a mobile money provider, seamlessly integrated the digital Lilangeni into its existing services, demonstrating how FinTech can leverage CBDC as an innovative platform. This case study shows the potential of collaboration between regulators, industry stakeholders, and innovators. So let us remember the power of partnerships in driving meaningful changes. And finally, beyond our consultancy services, we recognize the diverse need of each stakeholders across the financial landscape. And that's why we've crafted a suite of tools designed to cater to each stakeholder's unique requirements. From issuance to distribution of CBDC, we offer an end-to-end solution that empowers central banks and financial institutions to navigate the complexity of digital currencies adoption. From data analysis tools providing insights into the impact of CBDC on financial inclusion, allowing stakeholders to make informed decisions, to user-friendly wallets tailored to meet the diverse needs of individuals, ensuring accessibility and ease of use for all. By prioritizing stakeholder-centric innovation, we're not just shaping the future of finance, we are empowering every player in the ecosystem to thrive. So join us in this endeavor. Thank you for listening and ready for your questions.
All right, thank you, Shaima, for that amazing presentation. So now we'll welcome our first question from our judges. So perhaps if anyone has any question, please start first. Anyone from our judge?
So I'm going to try to turn my camera on.
Sure, Annabelle, yes, go on. Yeah.
Can you see me? Oh, no, I still... Well, can you see me now?
Perfect.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for this great presentation. It's all very clear to me. One question, you are doing B2B business, not B2B2C. You stop with the bank.
Yes, we are doing, yeah, we do B2B business.
Okay. And may I ask a second question while I'm at it?
Please.
Sorry. So you said that the Bank of Eswatini is actually working with you right now. You also mentioned Bank of Ghana. Are you doing something with the Bank of Ghana right now? So are they the two use case, I would say?
So we have conducted a pilot with the Bank of Ghana, mostly focused on exploring the advantages or the benefits for CBDC for the country. And then we took those explorations into a proof of concept. We experimented with the use cases that were established by the central bank. And then after that, we've conducted a pilot that has been completed quite recently. We are still in the process of finalizing the report for the CBDC pilot. And for the Bank of Eswatini, so we have conducted an consultancy to spot which sort of use cases would be beneficial for the central bank. We've also conducted specific tests during the proof of concept in different areas in the country to again validate the assumptions that we have established during the consultancy. Yeah, that's the two projects we are conducting actively in Africa. We also have multiple other projects in Africa, but you know, central banks, they are very secretive about these sort of things. So we have NDA signed and we cannot talk about them. But these are the two ones that we can really talk about.
Okay, that's good. And may the other two judges allow me for another last question? With what you've been doing so far, how many people did you help concretely right now? Nobody for the time being, because it's just still in the proof of concept line, or you have really, I would say, hard cases on the ground right now?
So for these sort of questions, I will let my colleague Abbas to answer.
Okay.
I don't know if he's...
Yes, thank you very much.
Yes.
It's a great pleasure to be with you. So, for example, for all the pilots and the use cases that my colleague has demonstrated, it was used in different locations, for example, in Ghana, and people could actually see the benefits of using CBDC in conducting online payments and peer-to-peer transfers also at remote locations. And one of the big advantages of our solution is the offline offerings, the dual consecutive offline, so that here and there are both offline situation and
we have a hard time hearing you. Yeah,
well, we lost you for a fraction of a second. If you can go
sorry,
just backward just a little bit.
Yes, so I was speaking about the possibility of offering offline solution in a feature in our solution. And this is a situation when both the payer and the PE are in an offline mode. They don't have access to internet or to even broadband services. And yet our technology enables that they both engage in a successful transaction, whether it's a peer-to-peer transfer or payment at a point of sale. And this is one of the strengths of our solution, and it was showcased in the situation of Ghana at remote places where this feature was validated, and people could also use it for the purpose of savings, also where they could see the value of having their cash being stored in CBDC in the smart cards that were distributed for the purpose of conducting this use cases.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Annabelle, for asking the question. So I allow another judge to ask question now. So I see Roberto, if you want to ask question, please go on.
Yes, thank you very much for this great pitch and presentation. I just want to ask you if you could elaborate more in how will you guys promote financial literacy. I know these people is going to have hard times trying to understand what a CBDC is and all the technology that is behind it. So what are your plans on tackling this gap of education in these areas?
Shama, if I may also take this question.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, so part of our consultancy that my colleague Shaima mentioned is what we call CBDC Academy. So this is an opportunity where we engage with the central bank and also while aligning simultaneously with the various stakeholders of this project, including the financial service providers, merchants, and different stakeholders that would be part of this project. So literacy and knowledge transfer is part of our projects when we engage with central banks and it's part of the consultancy that we offer them at the initial stages of the CBDC experiment.
Okay, thank you. And just one more. How will you guys tackle these areas in, we know they are low income, so will you guys have like technology that is low cost or free for them to use?
Yes, this is a very important question. And one of the premises of our technology is interoperability or integration, the possibility of integrating Filia, our CBDC solution, on top of the existing payment system so that financial service providers and also telecom providers can distribute CBDC on top of their existing channels. So we have SDKs that would enable to embed the CBDC functionality on top of their app or on the POS, also smartphones, smart cards, and any device with a secure element. So the technology would really enable the seamless integration of what is already existing in the payment system, and for the purpose of free or not, this is part of the discussions that usually the central bank would lead with the different stakeholders in what we call the compensation model. And this is a delicate topic that they usually discuss in collaboration with all the stakeholders in the payment system so that it doesn't have the unintended crowding out of existing payment options. But this is a policy question that usually the central bank would lead. And usually you have the CBDC free up to a certain level, after which it could be charged similar to the other payment options.
Okay, thank you so much, Roberto, for asking that. So in the interest of time, I actually can allow one more question from our last judge, which is Clarence, if you have any. Okay, Clarence. Okay, so if
I have a
if
last
not,
one. If nobody wants to ask a question, how many people are you behind this?
okay, sure.
So we are around 70 people.
Yeah, okay.
Some of us are consultants, some of us are developers, former central bankers. We have developers, we have advisors from each field of G&D.
Okay, good. Thank you.
And for the few questions
Okay.
that are in the chat, I understand we will not have the time to address them, but I'm happy to provide a white paper that explains the
Okay.
solution quite in detail that could be shared with the attendees.
Something.
So in the
But we can't hear you.
Concerning the questions at the chat, maybe I can say something quickly concerning the instantaneity of the payments. So what I can confirm is that our technology enables an instantaneous execution of the transaction without